This presentation reviews the target costing approach used by Mercedes-Benz and aims to evaluate how applicable this approach can be in Tesla. So what is target costing? According to scholars such as Anne Maria and Clifton Brandon, target costing can be viewed as a proactive cost management tool that originated in Japan. It's used to help to reduce the total cost of a product over its complete life cycle through production, engineering, research, and design. So what makes this approach different? Traditionally, when a company is planning for a product, the first thing they think about is the cost, then the desired profits, which leaves the selling price as the last thing considered. And traditionally, this product planning process has been internally driven. But the problem with this approach is that it doesn't consider what our competitors are doing. So with the target costing approach, the first thing that we review is the selling price. This could be done by conducting a customer or market analysis to understand what our current competitors are selling their price for and what our customers are willing to pay. And then we review our profits as the second item to maintain a profitable margin. And finally, the cost. So this is understanding and reviewing the cost structure required to achieve our desired profit margins. Next, this diagram. From this, we can see the different stages of target costing. From the left, we can see an evaluation of the market-driven costing to set the selling price, analyze the market conditions, and then set a target profit margin. Next is the product-level target costing, which looks at a range of activities such as the current costs, strategic cost reduction challenges, and the target cost to understand our internal processes and capabilities. And finally, the component level target costing. This looks at the functional level target costs, the supplies, and the component level target costing. What are the advantages of target costing? First of all, it facilitates profit margin management across various products. Secondly, it refocuses our attention away from internal cost management to external issues of customers and competitors, which justifies the strategic management accounting approach. And finally, cost optimization. It provides cost optimization to allow users to analyze the best way to lower costs. Now, looking at Mercedes from a target costing perspective, we're looking at why they succeeded, how they did it, and the impact of this. Why they succeeded. To understand this, we can look at a range of factors. Firstly, Mercedes was established in 1926, and as a result, they have invaluable experience in understanding the automobile industry. The advantage of this target costing is they understand the various market conditions and can provide a market-driven costing approach. Following that, they also have global expertise, and as a result, they're able to provide optimized functional level target costing. And finally, a key factor is they benefit from economies of scale. So as a result, they have bargaining power of suppliers, extensive resources and technological advancements to improve efficiency in the production and delivery process. To understand this further, we decided to look at it from a multi-dimensional perspective. We needed to understand what they were doing internally. So essentially, they've integrated a high level of customer orientation into their design process, and as a result, they're able to optimize value for their clients while minimizing costs. Following that, they also operate a cross-functional team, which includes cost planners, design engineers, system suppliers, and marketing professionals. This allows them to evaluate a product from different perspectives to enhance the production plan and process. They also have an in-depth focus on the product and process design. For example, when building the M-Class, they made an early decision to reduce the cost of value added from an average of 40 to 45% to about 20 to 25%. Additionally, they also operate a price-led costing. By reviewing the NPV sensitivity to the product, they've been able to mitigate the cost risk. In addition to that, they also operate an accounting system that serves as a control mechanism in ensuring that actual production costs meet target costs. This improved the quality, speed, and efficiency while reducing costs. Mercedes were able to increase their market share with the production of the M-Class, and they were also able to sell the M-Class for a profitable range. Tesla has been a pioneer firm by integrating emerging technologies with sustainable products. But with the Model 3, the company is currently undergoing a series of problems from the production to the quality to the customer satisfaction. So what problems are they facing? Firstly, the Model 3 was Tesla's first mass production of electric cars at an affordable price, and this was a very difficult objective. So they faced production difficulties. Elon Musk had aimed to produce over 5,000 cars per week, but at the start of production, they were producing only over 2,000 cars per week, which Elon Musk had described as production hell. As a result, they had delivery issues and had to increase their delivery estimates to 3 to 6 months more than what was previously stated. Secondly, they didn't have an effective balance of automation. When building the Gigafactory, they incorporated an intensified level of automation and technology. The problem with this was they had overcomplicated the process and had integrated too much automation that wasn't necessary, and this was a problem even Elon Musk had tweeted about. Another problem was the cost structure of the car. When the Model 3 was broken down by the Independent Party, it was stated that it had a baseline cost of $28,000. Now, looking at it from a multidimensional perspective, when the Model 3 was displayed, it was stated it would be available for $35,000, but this was not the case as it had a starting price of $53,000. Tesla's inability to meet the target cost could be as a result of a wide range of other expenses being incurred by the company, such as new automation investments, one-off costs, and investment in the Gigafactory, which is estimated to be the biggest building in the world by footprint when finished. To understand why Tesla is currently having problems with the Model 3, we can take a look at a variety of elements of the company. Firstly, the CEO, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is innovative driven and is having challenges balancing sustainable innovation with cost-driven incentives. Secondly, the vertical integration, which means intensified component production is done in-house by Tesla. This is rare in the automobile industry as typically companies outsource 80% of their component production to suppliers and focus on the engine manufacturing and final assembly. Finally, external factors. Tesla is currently undergoing a lot of media pressure. In 2018, Tesla stated that they shut down production of the Model 3 for a few days and received a high level of negative reaction and media pressure. And as a result, I believe the company is struggling to deal with this pressure. Target costing opportunities for Tesla. Firstly, cross-functional teams. At the moment, Tesla currently operates a high engineering team, so with the use of cross-functional teams, I believe they'll be able to view cost from different perspectives, which could reduce component costs and systematic errors. Secondly, the focus on product and process design. At the moment, Tesla is really focused with the product and not really with the process, which could be seen as why they had to change their automation system with the Gigafactory. I believe an in-depth focus on the product and process design would enable them to understand the value drivers of operations and how to minimize costs. Finally, I believe as more companies such as Audi, Mercedes, and Porsche enter the electric vehicle industry, it is extremely pivotal to enhance our efficiency with the product, process, and production as competition for market share increases. I believe as a result of target costing, Tesla can increase their production process and increase their customer satisfaction. To understand this better, we decided to look at a futuristic view of target costing at Tesla. As we enter the fourth industry revolution, I believe Tesla could focus on 6 elements to strengthen their target costing process. Firstly, target settings. They need to set direction and targets early across all functions. Next, they need to have an outside-in view. This is using information from outside to validate cost targets, forecasts, and concept decisions. Next, cross-functional governance. This is enabling cross-functional views on targets, forecasts, and decisions. Following that is common data languages, using big data and analytical support to improve the target costing process. Following that is the control evaluation, which is aligning your controls with your development process. And finally, the value focus, focusing on value optimization and an overall customer-driven process. To take it a step further, we decided to compare the two companies. Firstly, the vision. The Mercedes vision is dedicated to customers, driven by excellence. So, from a strategic positioning point of view, this puts them in the cost leadership category. On the other hand, the Tesla vision is to create the most compelling car company of the 21st century by driving the world's transition into electric vehicles. This puts them in the differential category. Next, we look at the culture in both companies. First, Mercedes was founded in Germany, while Tesla was founded in America. From the literature review of Hofstede's cultural dimension, we can see that the German culture has a higher level of uncertainty avoidance than America. Also, the individualism culture is higher in America than in Germany. As a result, factors such as this can influence the target costing strategies, such as cross-functional teams and the focus on product and process design. Finally, economies of scale. Due to the longevity in the automobile industry, as well as the extensive abundance of resources, Mercedes is able to enjoy a higher level of economies of scale compared to Tesla. As a result, they can be more efficient with their production, they have better negotiation power, and more brand recognition. This research was limited to 2 companies and as a result does not show the overall evaluation of target costing in the automobile industry. Following that, this assessment was limited to 15 minutes and as a result does not have in-depth reviews on concepts and evaluations. In addition to that, this research also includes elements of articles, journals, and tweets and has incorporated subjective views on this topic. In conclusion, I believe that Tesla will be able to apply a similar target costing approach as seen by Mercedes, but this would have to be done on a long-term plan before they can harness the full benefit of the target costing. This is because factors such as Tesla lacking a high index level of economies of scale, difficulty in finding market research and data, and difficulty in reshaping and changing your current operations and production plans. On a short-term basis, I do believe that they'll be able to apply some elements of target costing to the process, such as in-depth focus on production and process design and customer orientation. Finally, I think if Tesla can incorporate target costing approaches and other strategic cost management tools such as total quality management and value analysis, they'll be able to enhance their production, process, and product to take Tesla to the next level.